What's good? It's your boy Joe Castro. You know what it is, Philly the podcast, and we back. We back. Yes, sir. So today we are going to go over the top three breakout. Well, my choice on the top three breakout candidates for the Eagles in the upcoming 2020 season. All right. So just like every other time, make sure you smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe. There's like 70% of the people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So make sure you join the family and yeah, let's get it going, right? So number one is a very easy choice. And I'm not really ranking them like, one to three or like one being the best or anything. It's just kind of a list. So the first person I'm going to go over is Miles Sanders. I obviously did a whole video about him saying that he wanted to be an MVP candidate this year. He wanted to be more like Christian McCaffrey, or at least his usage to be more like Christian McCaffrey. He could do it. He's a special talent. Shout out to Penn State. You know what I'm saying? So we out here. We are. So I think he's got the talent to do it. He has the team around him that they're not going to, just focus on him. And he looks like he's going to be the workhorse. So with that in mind, if he's going to be the workhorse going forward, let's take a look at his stats last year, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of give my prediction on what I think he'll do next year. So last year, he had 179 rushing attempts, 818 yards, which is awesome, 3 touchdowns on the ground. And then this is where he becomes that dual threat that you can tell he wants to be. He had, I think, just north of 60 targets. I want to say 63. And he had 50 receptions for 509 yards. So he went on his way to break a couple of Eagles records, a couple of, big numbers that put him in some good company. Like he was fourth among all running backs with plays of 20 or more yards. And I think he had 13 of them. So it's like he has that explosion in him, and you can tell he's going to be a difference maker. So I could definitely see him being somebody that breaks out this year. And I don't want to go too in depth. Like I said, I did do a whole video about him. So if you want to check it out, I'll be sure to leave the like a little card or whatever, and it'll be up top, and we'll make sure you get to see that. But what do I think he's going to do for 2020? These are my predictions. So I think he's going to do 1,900 yards all purpose. I think he's going to just fall just short of that 2,000-yard mark. And I think he's going to have 10 total touchdowns. I think he's going to kind of get sniped in the red zone. So rushing wise, I see him getting 1,150 yards, so 1,150 yards. I think he's going to just eclipse the 1,000-yard mark. I see him getting 6 touchdowns on the ground, so basically double of what he got last year. More so just because of time and the production he'll probably have. So, and then I have receptions. I have him catching 60. I have him catching 60, and I have him getting 750 yards receiving, and I have him getting 4 receiving touchdowns. I think he can do it. I think he's going to be a huge part of our offense, especially when you have people like Jalen, Raegor, and Deshaun Jackson that are going to demand the safeties to fall back a little bit, and even cornerbacks are going to have to respect the speed on the outside. So that just gives him a little bit more room. Obviously, Boston Scott's going to be used a little bit. Outside of that, we'll see what they do. Maybe they bring somebody in or something. Maybe they go with Elijah Holyfield. And if they do go with Elijah Holyfield, he's his son though, so cut me a break. But so I mean, unless I just don't see anybody cutting into his workload too much. So I do think he's going to be one of the breakout players. So that's my thoughts on him. What do you guys think? Let's see in the comments. Let's get some chatter going. My number 2 is somebody that I think that the Eagles have seen flashes out of, and we all think that I think he's due to break out. And I kind of think if he doesn't break out this year or next, his situation is going to be up in the air, and that's going to be Derek Barnett. Reason why I say that his situation will be up in the air is because we did pick up his 5th-year option, but after that, who knows? We didn't necessarily extend him, so we're kind of on a prove it deal at this point. You know, I think he's got 2 years. He's got this year and then one more year. We'll see what happens. I think this is the year that he has to break out. Last year, he only got 6 starts. He only played 6 games, obviously got injured. And he had 16 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 11 QB hits. Now, that's the big thing with him. He gets to the QB a lot. He just doesn't finish. I think that's a big problem with our whole defensive line, realistically. And it really is because they're so good that the offenses really just structure their game to kind of do quick passes, quick little dump offs, screens, stuff like that. So it does hinder us a lot. But we do get to the quarterback. It's just finishing that we have to, get more consistent at. So this year, I think he can be somebody that really steps up, especially with the depth that we have on that line. Somebody, Eagle Season, actually said in his video, health is wealth. And that's the truest thing that I've heard. We got to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, I can really see him breaking out. So as far as 2020, what do I see his stats looking like? Now, mind you, this is a full 16 games. So let's keep that in mind. But I say 57 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, and I see him getting 2 forced fumbles. We all remember the forced fumble in the Super Bowl, and he has such an incredible dip. Like the way he gets around the corner is just, it's very special to watch, to be honest. It's something you can't really teach, that quickness. And just to be able to get that low and his center of gravity, it's crazy to watch. The big thing with him is staying healthy. We obviously do like a rotation at the defensive line, but still he's going to get enough snaps that he should be able to perform. And especially if he is performing, he's young. Jim Schwartz is not going to take you out if you're balling, young man. So, let's get it done. Let's get her done. So now number 3. I gave you guys a long video yesterday. I don't want to bore you too much today. So this one's going to be a little bit quicker. But number 3, this is kind of a bold prediction because he's a rookie. So I think we all know who I'm going to say. But Jalen Raegor. Health, I think, is going to get him on the field. And I think that being lack of health, I think at some point Deshaun Jackson's going to be hurt. We know Alshon might not be ready for the first week. He might not be ready for a little while. If he's still on the team, and then outside of those 2 players, who do you really have? We all like Greg Ward. Do they? Is JJ going to finally step up? So there's a lot of questions on the outside as wide receivers go. I think Jalen Raegor is going to step in and just ball out, to be honest. Like, I know he's been working out with Ocho Cinco. I know a lot of people are saying that he's, getting a lot of praise from a lot of great people. So I think, and then obviously he was working out with Wentz and Houston. So I think he's ready. I think he has the mindset of he got passed over. I think he thinks people slept on him. So, if you go back to Nelson Aguilar, when we picked Nelson Aguilar, and then you look at how Nelson acted when he got drafted. They got drafted, I think, in the same, within a couple picks. It was a first round pick. But you look at how Nelson acted and you look at how Jalen acts. And I think this is a good similarity to bring up for Eagles fans because we don't have a very great history of drafting wide receivers. But I feel like the way that Jalen's acting is like he feels slighted. Nelson was just happy to be on a team. You can kind of tell it was kind of like more of like, I'm so surprised somebody drafted me. Jalen was surprised that we were able to draft him. So I think that's going to be very fun to watch. What do you guys think? Who would your top 3 be? Let me give you his stats real quick. I was about to I just got into a whole tangent, go right over the predictions. So for Jalen, I know probably people are going to disagree with me with this, but it is what it is. So I have him getting 65 catches this year. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense. I see him just eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark. I see him getting 1,050 yards. And then I see him getting 6 receiving touchdowns. Now, this is where I think I might be wrong, but this is me saying I think he's going to be used more than just as a wide receiver. If you remember how Nelson was used, we did a lot of those, screens. We did a lot of the reverses. So I think he's going to be used like that. So I'm going to say he's going to have about 130 rushing yards and an extra touchdown. that's just me saying he's going to throw his hat in the rushing yards as well. I don't know if that's going to be that close, but I do think he's going to be a big part of the offense. So what do you guys think? Make sure to let me know. What do you guys want to talk about next? Football is so close. I'm so excited. Baseball's coming up. So, like, sports are starting to happen. I hope everybody's staying safe. I appreciate everybody. We're so close to 100. And I just want to thank you all for that. And I want to thank everybody that went over to the Instagram and followed me. We're at 200 followers already. I have no idea how, but I appreciate it so much, guys. But other than that, you know what it is. It's that time for your boy to be and Dunkin' Donuts gave me an extra iced coffee. That's why I'm a little extra hyped today, but it is what it is. But fly Eagles fly. Peace.
What up? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, Philly the podcast. Have you subscribed yet? Have you liked yet? I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a couple seconds. This is gonna be on a couple seconds. Do it right now.